Welcome back to another exciting edition of Duckman Cycles VW Garage. We're back today with my 1956 oval Volkswagen Beetle, which I am currently headed off to Abom79 shop. That's right, I got in touch with Abom. We're gonna talk to him about getting my brakes machined. Well, I should say more specifically, getting my Porsche hubs fitted to my Volkswagen spindles. He's practically my neighbor. He doesn't live very far from me at all, so I'm going to be talking to you while I'm making the drive over there. As always, you like my videos, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to pluck that little dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button. Boop. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. Of course, I got a Facebook group page, Duckman Cycles VW Garage, so please join that. There'll be a discussion on this as well as some other things. But we're headed over there right now because these Porsche hubs that I'm going to put on the Volkswagen spindles have bearings that are way bigger than the Volkswagen bearings that are normally in there. The width and the design overall is very similar. I mean, very similar. It was very clear that the 944 was an evolution of the Volkswagen Beetle. And as we noticed that in the rear also, because the trailing arms from the rear of the 944 bolted directly onto the Beetle. There wasn't much to getting that to fit on there at all, just a matter of changing out some bushings and it just fits. It was ridiculous. We're gonna have him do some machining to the hubs, get those Porsche bearings fitted onto the Volkswagen spindles. I believe it's gonna need some type of a sleeve or something to make that bearing fit. I want to use the bigger bearings. There are some people that have told me, no, you need to go the other way and sleeve the Volkswagen bearings into the Porsche hub, but I think it's just better to have a bigger bearing. It is. So if Adam does this right, and I know he will, he can put a sleeve onto the shaft, spindle stub, if you will, and oversize it a bit so that way, and make the size big enough so that way he heats it and will drop the sleeve down over it, and then once, of course, it gets cold, it will lock itself into position on that spindle. It shouldn't go anywhere. That was one of the things that people cautioned me about, is that it could slide off inside the hub, and that wouldn't be a very good thing to happen, but it's not going to come off anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. And I'm only a few minutes from his house right here, but I'm stuck at a red light. So, yeah, whole lot of fun that is, sitting in a red light. Okay, well, it was really tough to get hold of him the last couple months. I was sending him text messages, and unfortunately, they either weren't going through or something. I was trying to message him on Facebook, which was my #1 fault. It turns out that he doesn't use Facebook Messenger anymore because he's just been overwhelmed by people messaging him, and, you know, I can relate. I can relate. He gets 8 times the traffic that I do on my YouTube, and mine's pretty heavy and intense. I mean, it takes up a lot of my time during the day. I can't imagine if I had 8 times that. Especially since I've opened up a lot more social media platforms than he has, so there's a lot of different ways for people to get to me, and they do get to me. They do get to me and ask me questions all day long. And I'm not saying that's bad, you guys that are watching. You know, you can ask me things. I do ask that you join the Facebook group page or you post in the comments in YouTube. I mean, I always get back to you, I always do. But if you're sending me the private message, I can't always get back to you quickly enough. But if you share it on the group page, somebody else that's on that page may be able to answer for me. And of course, I'll chime in as soon as I find some time. You know, I don't mind helping. In fact, I very much like helping, especially for projects that are related. You know, Volkswagen is just near and dear to my heart. And of course, you know, anything related to motorcycles also is something that I very much enjoy. But we're taking some of the back roads right here. I enjoy doing this. Over here is a Porsche boneyard. Someday I'll get in there. But there's about 200 Porsches in that guy's yard right here in Pensacola. I mean, like a mile from my house. So I need to get in there and just start digging through parts and stuff. I see he's got a couple of old 911s that are back there. They're just full of rust holes. I'd like to take one of them that's absolutely ruined and, you know, build a custom out of it. Maybe that's something after Eleanor and after I finish my split window bus. Anyways, we're a few houses down from Adam. Gonna pull in his driveway right now, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. How's it going?
Hey man, come on in.
There he is, Abom79 himself.
That's me.
All right, so here's my Porsche braking system that we're going to be putting onto the Volkswagen spindle. As you know, and I showed you, those bearings need some sleeves put on there. So what do you think? What's your opinion?
Well, that's probably going to be the simplest way to correct that. We'll just make some bushings that I'll make some sleeves that'll probably press into the bearing, and then it'll have the proper fit, so it'll fit the spindle like it's supposed to.
Just for our viewers to see.
Yeah.
You see down inside of there, that Porsche bearing doesn't quite fit on that shaft. It's a little too big. Yep, and there's the other one at the bottom.
So put a sleeve in there. So we'll put a sleeve in there for you. All right, so, and then that's there, and then there's more complicated stuff that you're wanting done. Oh yeah, just drill a hole in it.
Yeah, just drill a hole, no problem. How's it start? Hey man, right?
Oh yeah, hey man, hey man. All you gotta do is drill a hole.
I just need you to drill a hole and tap it with some threads.
Yeah, drill and tap, and then we're gonna have to modify this, add some metal to it, drill and tap another hole for this mounting hole right here.
That's it.
All right, and then it'll get that fixed. So we'll have to make a spacer to go in there and space the rotor in the center where it needs, and need to face that off. 3 millimeters.
3 millimeters off the backside, and I've got a seal that goes on that.
About 120 thou. About 120 thou. About 120 thou. 3 millimeters. It doesn't matter what you do, you still got to convert it. If I'm over on the lathe and I got to take 3 millimeters off, my dial, all my dials are an inch decimal. So you still got to convert it.
Yep.
Okay, because it doesn't say millimeters on it.
No.
It says inch.
What about the Euro guys? Do you know that their machines say millimeters on it, or they do go by inch standard also?
A lot of foremans are metric, yeah.
They do metric over there, though.
Fun fact, not a lot of people know, those dials are metric on that mill right there.
Really?
That's a metric machine.
So you've got to convert back.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you love that.
Well, it's got a digital readout up top, so that's what I'm reading is the digital readout. So up there, you can do an inch or metric, but the dials themselves are actually metric. The feed rates, it's all metric, but it don't matter. Just use that digital readout up there. That's going to be a forever argument and comment on YouTube is metric. Why don't you just use metric? Why don't you stupid Americans use metric, and do away with that ridiculous inch system? Man, it's every week I hear the same comments. But anyway, I think I can help you out with your project right here.
Thank you. Thank you. We're hoping to get this thing together, and I know I'm kind of short rounding you on it, because we got that show coming up in what's going to be, not even 3 weeks now.
Deadlines? What is it with there's always some stupid deadline that you got to get a car done for a car show. You see it on TV.
Yeah, you see it every show, like American Chopper and
all of the YouTube shows. It's we got to get to this. We got 2 weeks, and you got to work 25 hours a day to get this thing done.
Now we've got suspense. It's October 20th is when the show is, and I hope you don't give it to me on the 20th.
maybe the 19th. We'll see.
Oh, geez, the 19th. I still got to put it together.
All right, we'll see.
They should go together pretty easy, but pressing in ball joints, it can be a little bit of a bitch sometimes. But the temporary one's not too tight. They're just kind of sitting in there. But with the weight of the car on it, they might have pressed in on the bottom. What is that? Just paint chipping off. These have been in the garage for a long time. I've had them 20 years, believe it or not.
Really?
Yep, bought them 20 years ago, brand new, from an outfit in California. I put them in a box, I greased up the stubs, and put them away so they wouldn't rust.
Yeah, it's pressed in right there.
Yep.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's nice that they made those in 2-piece. The stock ones are all single. Oh, meant to ask you, now that you're looking at that, right here on this, the bearing has kind of a round taper to it, and it's sitting on that.
Yeah.
Does it need a washer or something behind that?
Well, I'll just make a shoulder. You're not really going to need that because of how this is right here. So I'm just going to have a sleeve there that will shoulder out on this shoulder right there.
Okay, I got you.
I know it looks a little off because you got such a gap in there, but it'll just shoulder right there and it'll come on out further.
It'll shoulder, excellent, and that will also stop it from sliding off.
Yeah.
Okay, that was one of my other concerns that people were razzing me about. They're like, well, if you just press those on there, it might get hot and slide off. I'm like, well...
Yeah. We'll push it in this way. Just a very light press. It doesn't have to be real tight.
Yeah.
Just press it in there. So it'll be like it'll have a shoulder on the sleeve.
If there's a shoulder on, that's great, because then essentially the nut is what holds everything together, so it's not going anywhere. And the little one that goes on here can't come off anyway. It's all going to be sandwiched.
So this one's probably going to be the same way. I'm actually going to have a little bit of a shoulder. I don't see why having a little bit of extra right back here is going to kill you. I mean,
it actually goes the other way around.
This way.
Yeah, that way.
Okay. So we'll have a little. I want to have a little bit of a shoulder there just to keep the bushing from trying to walk out.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because these pretty much kind of float there, right? They're not shoved up against.
That's correct. They float with just a little bit of play in them.
Yeah.
Like with trailer wheel, you know, you snug up that bearing and then you unturn it about a 1/12 of a turn and then you lock it down. And of course this washer shows you how far that's going to go in there. It'll probably be up here somewhere though, because it's going to be sitting inside the race. And yes, these races are a little roached out. You can catch your fingernail on them. They're going to be replaced. Okay. I just haven't gotten that far yet because I figure we're going to throw these things around a little bit. Let's not worry about it.
Well, I guess we'll get you fixed up, man. So, a little bit of machine work from Abom79.
That's it. So, subscribe to Abom79. Yeah, make sure you check out his channel, and he's growing quickly. Right now, at time of this recording, he's 225,000 subscribers. Grew tremendously. Remember when I was telling you, you got to get on YouTube, and you thought I was a weirdo?
Well, I did it, and it's never stopped climbing, man.
It's never stopped climbing.
I didn't expect it to be like it was, and then all of a sudden I had 1,000 subscribers, then 2,000, and 5.
That's it. It just started growing so fast.
It just kept going.
And I was trying to tell you how to do it, and man, you just totally blew me away. Totally blew me away.
I enjoyed it.
I love that. So I can say I knew you back when.
Yeah. Actually, my very first YouTube appearance was on your video. Yeah.
That's right.
We were at the old shop, and I was doing some welding.
That was for the...
it was for the CR500.
Yeah, it was the frame when we mounted the engine in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be headed over to my friend Adam Booth's machine shop today. And there she goes. Looking good. What do you think?
Not too bad.
This is Adam Booth of Booth Machine, Pensacola, Florida. Well, we're over here at Booth Machine. We're having a work on the CR500 Street Racer project. As you can see, we got the CR500 motor in the CR250 frame. That was the very first video with you on there. And I like to push that up once in a while. They're like, why don't you talk to Adam? I was like, well, his first video is actually mine.
That's true.
No, you got to be shitting me. I'm like, no, look at this one. Look at the date on it. Oh, wow.
You'll have to show him a clip of that.
Actually, yeah, I will. I'll put a little clip of it in there.
While we're talking, just because I know you get the camera on me. I don't think I say anything. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, you were pretty quiet. You were pretty quiet at the time. Yeah. You hadn't quite established your personality with it. It was just like, what do you think, Adam?
Yeah.
Yup.
I think YouTube's kind of opened me up a little bit.
It has. It opened you up a lot, actually. Yeah. It opened up a whole lot. In fact, it opened me up even more, so as if I wasn't loud enough to begin with. Now I'm shouting and speaking at 100 miles an hour with my foreign accent.
Well, you got some crazy projects always going on over there, man.
Yeah, and as you know, I always build things from parts. I think you said I'm the only guy you know that builds things from parts. Just figure out what I want, and then I'll put it together the way I want it.
I think we can get you fixed up.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Adam. Subscribe, Abom79. Subscribe to my channel, Duckman Cycles VW Garage. Make sure you also check out Viva the Duck VV and Skeeter the Duck. Also, check us out on Facebook group page, Duckman Cycles VW Garage, and join the group.
There's that radio voice.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, I used to be on the radio, too.
I know.
Where's your Facebook group page?
My Facebook group page is Abom79.
Abom79.
It's Abom79, and I'm pretty active on Instagram, Abom79.
That's it.
I show daily pictures of my work there.
Excellent.
All the heavy machining I do at work, and then little projects that I do around here, I share on Instagram. So check those out.
Spectacular. Thank you so much, Adam. I'm going to go with a left-handed shake.
All right.
There it is. Thanks, man.
All right.